Hey, Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Now. Happy Free Agency Monday. It is officially the start of the NFL new league year as people are being signed like crazy. And as of early afternoon on a Monday, Philadelphia's made one big move. We'll talk about that and more coming up here in today's video. First, though, you guys have notifications turned on? Like, are you subscribed and have the notifications bell turned on? Because that's the best way to be notified whenever we drop our latest free agency videos. And there's a lot coming next couple of days. If you are one of those people and have notifications turned on, type me down below right now in the comments section. All right, let's jump into the latest NFL free agency news regarding our Philadelphia Eagles with a side note and a disclaimer. The Eagles, of course, can make moves while I'm filming. And so if we upload this video and then something happens that I didn't talk about in this video, stay tuned, there'll be another video. So as of filming right now, early Monday afternoon, the new league year has officially begun. And free agency, well, it hasn't officially begun, but free agency has officially begun. And that means that teams are able to go ahead and start signing as the legal tampering period began earlier this morning at noon Eastern time. All NFL teams are eligible to sign players, make trades, and that has really started to kind of show early on today as a lot of moves have already been made. Now, a couple of things are interesting in terms of what's going on inside Philadelphia and outside Philadelphia. Some players we've talked about have been signed, and the Eagles have made a massive move, and we'll show you the big four moves of the day so far as of, again, early Monday. First, Hassan Reddick to the Eagles. How about that? By the way, how about that? That is a fantastic move by the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll give more thoughts on that here in just 1 second. Pause there. Move on. Christian Kirk got a bunch of money from the Jaguars. I saw him as a great slot target for Philadelphia. Way too much money. Right now, it's looking like the free agent wide receiver market is a little bit too expensive for Philadelphia. Quadri Diggs staying in Seattle. That was a safety target for the Eagles. No more. And Amari Cooper. This happened over the weekend, but he was traded to the Browns. And so it once was a trade or maybe a free agent addition is no longer available. Now, This keeps the theme going here of the free agent wide receivers. The list is dwindling. Like, this free agent wide receiver list is dwindling very, very fast. Not just talking about Mike Williams, who already signed with the Chargers. Cooper now gone. Christian Kirk is now gone. Yes, there are still some names out there as of filming. Maybe DJ Chark, Juju Smith Schuster. But the price is a lot. The Christian Kirk thing was so much money. I mean, the Jaguars had a lot of money to throw at wide receivers, so it's not a surprise they gave him more than he was worth. But it still kind of resets the market. And I think right now we're looking at Philadelphia probably leaning more towards the draft to get their wide receiver in the first round versus signing somebody in free agency. Now, again, they can still sign somebody. As of filming this video, they haven't. Maybe they will. But it is still a possibility to sign somebody. I'm just going to say, right now, it's looking like the free agent market in terms of wide receivers is dwindling fast and getting a little bit too expensive. What do you guys think? Add a break pin comment down below. Will the Eagles sign a receiver this week? Think they will? Type Y down below for yes. Think they will not? Type N down below for no. All right, let's move over here to the Hassan Reddick news, which is really the best news of the day. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic. Reddick coming to Philadelphia is huge. Not only is he younger than Chandler Jones, and the reports Philadelphia was interested in the 32-year-old pass rusher in Chandler Jones, he's a local Temple guy, he's a Philadelphia guy, and a productive guy at the same time. Think about this. Philadelphia will have Josh Sweat, young, outstanding pass rusher next year. Maybe Fletcher Cox, maybe not. Obviously, the inside, Milton Williams is going to be there as well. And then Brandon Graham comes back from injury. They might draft somebody in the first round. Like, they are very clearly trying to go ahead and turn one of the worst pass rushes in terms of sacks in the National Football League last season into one of the best pass rushing units in the National Football League here in 2022. And they've done just that in signing Reddick. It's a lot of money, but it's money well spent, and it's on a player who not only has played 16 games each of the last 5 seasons, but also has been a double-digit sack guy the past couple of years. 23.5 sacks over the past 2 seasons, 11 in 2021. Obviously, we already reacted to this in a video earlier. Not going to go too in-depth on this. Just know, I love this signing. This is one of the best moves Philadelphia could have done, and they've already greatly improved their defense by going in free agency, and they still have 3 first-round draft picks as of now to spend in April. Grade the Reddick signing, A, B, C, D, or F. I think most of you guys will say A, right? Most of you should say A because this was a fantastic signing. Give me an A down below in the comment section, or another grade if you didn't like the signing. If you didn't, I don't know why. I don't know why. It does not make any sense. Okay, I want to move over here to some news and some rumors quickly here. There were some rumblings over the weekend about a Fletcher Cox trade. Multiple NFL insiders were reporting that Philadelphia is taking calls, or at least receiving calls so far, regarding the star defensive tackle. The issue is, and that's why we're not going to spend too much time on this, is that it would take, a $25 million dead cap hit if the Eagles were to trade him. So even if a team were to offer you the sun, moon, and stars, you're going to eat $25 million in dead cap money and $10 million in cap space. Like, it is a lot to go ahead and trade away Fletcher Cox. I mean, it would take a a very enticing deal for Philly to go ahead and trade Cox. And this is a guy who's been very much in decline the past couple of seasons. I mean, call it what you is, put the film on. Go to YouTube and search Fletcher Cox highlights. There wasn't a lot this past season, and he's not facing a ton of double teams overall. My question is, do teams want Cox that bad? Like, is there really a team who's going to go out there and give you an offer you cannot refuse if you are Philadelphia? Because, again, it's going to cost so much darn money to go ahead and just eat his contract. I don't think he's going to be traded. I think it's fine to receive phone calls. You're receiving phone calls on every single Eagles player. But unless you get that trade that you cannot refuse and that, is worth the trade in terms of eating all the cap space, I don't see Fletcher Cox being moved. If he does, we'll obviously cover it here, but I don't know. I'm fine with him staying. I'm not saying he's terrible. I'm just saying he has declined a little bit, and Milton Williams very much is going to be taking over his playtime sooner rather than later, especially if he is traded. That is kind of the heir apparent there. But overall, I do think that Cox will stay a Philadelphia Eagle, but they are receiving trade calls based on multiple NFL insiders. What do you guys think? Thoughts on trading for Cox? Would you trade him or keep him? Type T down below for trade or type K down below for keep. Again, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We're so close to 26,000 subs. Can we get 26,000 subs by the end of the day? I think we can. We're less than a couple hundred away. If you guys like the channel, you guys like to stay up to date on the latest Eagles stuff, and this is the week to do it, go down below, hit that subscribe button, help us get to 26K subs, because we got a lot going on and a lot of coverage, and we're all going to do it here on your number one stop shop for all your Eagle news on the channel. Quickly here, there was a report over the weekend that Gardner Minshew was in trade talks, at least was mentioned in trade talks for the Indianapolis Colts, as the Colts right now are in desperate need of a quarterback. Keep an eye on Minshew over the next couple of hours, next couple of days, as we get closer and closer to, trades starting to happen, as that's kind of one of the things that we expected to happen this offseason was Minshew being traded. It'd be funny if he was traded to the Colts, because then it's just like we're sending away all of our quarterbacks to the Colts whenever they start stinking. We don't need Carson Wentz. You want him here. Gardner Minshew, don't need him here. Like, it's just kind of funny if the Colts were to do it. Maybe Indy does it, maybe they don't, but be sure that there is a team that will probably trade for Gardner Minshew, whether it is the Colts, whether it is somebody else. We'll keep an eye on that one as well. And finally, Deshaun Watson, obviously being cleared of all criminal charges. We talked about this in the channel. I still do not want to trade for him. And it looks like Philadelphia is out on trading for Deshaun Watson, depending on what report you read, because there are a billion reports saying yay or saying nay for Deshaun Watson. But there are reports newly today saying Deshaun Watson will meet with both the Saints and Carolina Panthers over the next 48 hours to kind of discuss which team he wants to be traded to, because Watson has a no-trade clause. He gets to kind of decide where he goes. He would have to waive his no-trade clause in order to go ahead and be moved to either the Panthers or the Saints. So it is looking like Watson will be traded soon. It does not look like Watson will be traded to Philadelphia anytime soon. And again, that to me is good news. That shows you that Jalen Hurts will be the starting quarterback. And the thing I've been championing for months and months and months and months, 3 first-round draft picks. You get to keep 3 first-round draft picks if you do not trade for Deshaun Watson. So this, to me, is fantastic news for Philadelphia. Again, things are going to change. Let me just say this really quickly. I know we love free agency, and I think it's fantastic, but things change very, very quickly, and so stay tuned as we're going to keep you guys covered on everything new and happening in the world of Philadelphia. Drop a like also for free agency, because it's fantastic. I mean, it's so much fun. It's always fun to see what team is going to overpay for a player, and the first player off the board is Christian Kirk being overpaid by the Jaguars. Again, I did videos on Kirk saying he was a really good player, but it's just funny to see people overpay for him. Drop a like down below for the free agent frenzy and the fun that we are having so far here today on the channel and all around the National Football League. All right, follow me on Twitter. I retweet stuff as soon as it happens. That's kind of your first line of defense for the latest Eagles news and rumors. At Real Thomas Mott is the place to go. And then, of course, be sure to subscribe down below, because we will cover any single move that happens here, any big move that happens here on the channel, with a video and a breakdown of either myself or some of the other guys there from Chat Sports, depending on what time of day it is. Mailbag video later on this week. #Eagles. Ask your questions right now. It'll be a very fun mailbag video later on this week. For Philadelphia Eagles now, I am Thomas Mott, signing off for the rest of your day.